Good afternoon. Right. This one's going to be a quick one on making feeders and waterers for chickens. I've got some of these. I'll pop this open, show you. These little auto flow cups. The idea being, get your 5-gallon bucket in my case, or big blue barrels, or whatever you want to do with them. Drill the hole through for that, push that through with the washer on this side, clamp it on, and the idea is the water then fills up in here, and as that shuts down like that, it shuts a little valve off underneath. So just goes like that. So that's the water cups, and then the feeder, I've got to do it again on a 5-gallon. I'll just grab one of each bit and show you. So you use this, drill 4 equal holes through on the bucket I'm doing, because this coming in kits of 4. Then what you do is you put this through from the outside, so that sits down like that, so there's a hole there. Put the gasket on there, put that into the bucket, screw that on from the outside, and then the idea being that the chicken puts its head inside the hole and pecks at the feed that's there. But because you've got it in the bucket and you put it on bricks, hopefully rats can't get up high enough to get into it to eat the feed that you're putting in there, and also it stops it all getting spilt out everywhere, so it makes it a lot easier. So what I'll do is I'll set the camera up and I'll attempt to show you how I do it. I'm not sure, I might have to put the camera over on the side here aiming back this way, so I'll set it up and see what we can do. Alright, hopefully you're going to be able to see. These get from a local factory nearby. They make fudge and stuff like that, so these are ingredients buckets, because you want ones that have a nice click on the lid. They've already been washed out, delabeled. Now for the feeders we need 4 holes, so what we do, turn it upside down. Now all I've been doing, laying my ruler over the top, find the center point, roughly level, I'm not sure if you can see it, where the handle for the bucket is there. I'll try and line up roughly with that on this one. Come across the middle, just put a little dot and a dot. Turn that so that the handle is facing me. Come across again. There. Little dot, little dot. And then what we've got to do is come down 3 inches on the outside of the bucket, going by the manufacturer's specs. So we just line up with that, put a dot, dot, dot. 4, 2, 3, 4. All right, line up with the first point. Don't press too hard because it will just muller the bucket. So just get it started, then lighten up. I'll get my hand out of the way. So now when you buy the kits, these ones have a little spring fixed in there. So unlike a lot of these, you don't get it stuck inside. So it just takes out the extra bit. So we put that in the bucket ready to go in the recycle. Again, line up the next one. So at once, let me just find a knife. Now what I'll do is just use a Stanley knife blade, trim off the burrs. Flip it over, just trim off anything big on the inside. On the inside it's a bit easier to use the blade instead of trying to slice it, use it and pull it and just scrape the excess plastic off. It's easier, I don't think I can show you, it's easier to do it that way on the inside because of the curvature. Right, what you do, put the gasket on first. Because if you try and put the gasket on the inside, it'll squash up before the actual nut has a chance to tighten up. And as I say, with the arch facing up in the top, get your nut section, slot that through the hole so that has like a bit of a roof. Come on the inside, start screwing the cap on. So it's like that. Now obviously because the bucket's round, you have to do it quite tight. I have to do it the other way around because I can't grip the other end. So then you just keep turning, nice and tight. And I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, it kind of flattens it out slightly and that seals up. But as long as you've got your roof up top, that's to stop the rainwater coming back down in. And that's the first one. Should have kept these out of the way, they're all covered in bits of plastic. In through. Three. There we go. And then, so that's what it looks like inside. As I say, the old chicken sticks its head in through the hole. It's only just there, so it's not like stretching in, and it just pecks away at there, and then the seed level drops down until you need to refill. It's better than having to go out there every single day chucking feed out. This is the second one of these, so we're going to have, I think it's about 12 to 14 chickens altogether. So 2 of these, that's 8 separate feeding points. So that'll be okay there. And then literally all you do is you tip your feed in, click your lid on, stand it on 4 bricks so it's up high enough, stop the rats. I might go a little bit higher, and that's that one done. Next one. Again, put the lid there. This one's a bit more complicated because you've got to have the 5 holes. Well, you haven't got to if you wanted to, you could just put 4 of them on if you wanted to keep it even. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yeah, so that's all my bits there. Now, without getting into geometry or trigonometry or some other nometry. This is more guesswork. So again, start with a cross beam. So one there, I'd say about top of my head there, there, same on that side about there, and about there I would think. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Now, the first one of these I made, I had it pretty much so that was dead on the bottom. The problem being the cup is actually deeper than the bottom of the thing once it's down. So once you're there, you go like that. This actually comes down a bit lower than that, so it made it a little bit awkward. So I'll be giving it an extra bit of clearance. So if I go like that, check that. Inches, right, so that's about 2.5 inches if I was to do that. So if I go 3 inches again down, then we should be deep enough that it avoids getting blocked up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Over there. Again, easiest one for these is the woodworking bit with the little spike. So put that onto your, got a little bit of a push just to get it centered. And then again, don't press too hard, let the drill cut through. Now, because this drill bit's slightly smaller than that, I have to just enlarge it. Just rotate that around a little bit. Next one. Last one. Again, just use the knife just to clean up holes. Right, so that's your, not sure if you can see them on there, 5 holes, fairly reasonably spaced. Now again, when you're putting them on, make sure you put your gasket on first, because otherwise what happens, because you only get these plastic collars to put on. So when you put that on, if you put the gasket on the outside, that has a tendency to push it and swell it up to the point where it can pop open. So you have that there. Again, so it's the cup aiming upward. Wiggle it through. There. Tighten that up. Don't over tighten the nut on the inside. These do pivot slightly on the top, so if you need to straighten them up a little bit, you can just turn them slightly and that'll get them straight. As I say, when you fill the bucket up, the idea is it comes out here, that just goes down slightly and stops, and it will shut the water flow off. Right, let's just get these butters put on. Last one of these. There we go. So that's all ready for the water to go into it now. Stand it up on the bricks and then put the lid on it. Job done. Just have to check it every couple of days to make sure the water level's okay. But right, I'll do a little video once I actually fill it up in place and we'll go from there. Take it a moment. Right, that's the water is in place. Been yet. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see the light, but full up. The cups now doing that. Now the idea being, if I lift that up, see the water flows, let it go, shuts down. But we've got them around the outside. And you just pop the lid on. You don't necessarily need to click it down, it's just to stop any insects and that getting into it and getting it dirty. Keep it nice and fresh. I've put a pallet collar in. The idea of that one is so that when we get leftover greens and peelings and whatnot, we can chuck them into that. They can have a scratch around. When they're all no good, then I can just scoop them up and put them in compost. That's the feeder up on the blocks. Just line it up right. There we go. Now all we do is layers, pellets and mixed corn mixed together. Again, just give it a little click so it can't go anywhere. I don't know if you can see in there, but you can just see the corn and that in there. And then obviously, I'm going to show the chickens.
Yeah, but they're eating.
That's the other feeder. That's the other waterer. These are some of the girlies. Now the new ones, they've literally only come in today. So this is why I'm just putting the last of the feeders in. There's a couple more to come in tomorrow, but they all seem fairly relaxed. Apart from two little mizzogs that are still in the hut that don't want to come out. But we'll see them another day. But yeah, they've come from a farm, but they haven't seen these feeders that I know of. And they're picking them up straight away, working out how to use them. I may come up another brick higher yet, but I've got to wait till I see how big the little Polish bantams I've got coming are going to be. But yeah, that's it. You're a nosy one. Hello. Alright, if anybody's interested in anything like that, if you share it, it'd be appreciated. Alright, take care. Bye.